Last Friday was International Women's Day. While a lot of criticisms were being made about women's rights, gender equality, and society labeling on women, a lot of good wishes and supportive messages were delivered as well. Meanwhile, I was thinking about the woman who inspired me and had a great impact on me, except my mom. The female writers came to my mind first. So today I will share 3 inspirational female writers with you. First, my first female writer is Halide Edip Adıvar. She was a Turkish novelist and a political leader of women's rights. She mostly built her novel characters on strong, independent females who succeeded in their goals against the strong opposites. Actually, she was a hero of my childhood. I read most of her books during my primary school ages, and I remember that while I was reading her novels, I dreamed being an author like her. Second, my second admiring author is Agatha Christie, the famous British writer. She's best known for 66 detective novels and 14 short story collections and the world's longest running play. Actually, she started writing poems, and by the end of her late teens, she had several poems published and a few numbers of short stories. But her sister's challenge pushed her to write a detective story, which has become the first step of her legendary career. She was known as the most selling novelist of all the time. While I finished reading her first Agatha Christie, I read it without stopping in few hours, and then I became a huge fan of her detective stories, and especially her fictional detective Miss Marple. I have a great joy of following the clues into the fiction and try to catch the guilty according to that. Never done. And the last author is J.K. Rowling. She's best known for the Harry Potter fantasy series. She decided to be a writer at her early ages. She started her first book at the age of 6. A story about a rabbit called Rabbit. She conceived the idea of Harry Potter while she was waiting on a delayed train from Manchester to London. After 7 years of that time, her first novel of the series was published under the name of J.K. Rowling, because the publishers asked to use 2 initials instead of her full name, by anticipating that the target audience of young boys might not want to read a book written by a woman. Actually, the Harry Potter series won a lot of awards and becoming the best selling book series in history. I was so impressed of her endless imagination, and I remember that I felt a deep sorrow when I finished the last novel of the series and thought what I would do now. Fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests, some of the most strong and influential women were in history were poets and writers. Halide Edip Adıvar, Agatha Christie, and Joanne Rowling were my inspiring female writers. Today, I am challenging you to think for a while and discover which female writer shaped on your life. Thank you.